Welcome to Gray Matter Manifestations, where I, Gray Matter, manifest some of my crazy thoughts into reality. Phasmophobia is an indie co-op survival horror game that came out in September of 2020. In my experience, most people play this with a keyboard and a mouse on a PC, and it's pretty scary. But the game was seemingly intended to be played in virtual reality, which is pants-wettingly horrifying. Now, most people who know me would label me as a horror-loving scaredy cat, which is partially the reason why I thought this game would be even more fun if you played it in real life. Of course, I'm not talking hunting ghosts for real, but I am talking about putting 4 unaware people into a Phasmo setting where an actor plays a ghost. But before we dive into the convoluted process of playing in real life, we need to cover the basics of the video game. Step 1. 1 to 4 players spawn in a truck full of ghost hunting equipment. When you first start the game, you have very little equipment. There's a ghost writing book here. You pick this up, you throw it down, ghost writing it. There's a UV light. You can use this to shine on things like windows or doors or light switches, and it will show you fingerprints or handprints. You can even look on the floor, and sometimes you'll see footprints, depending on if you have like salt piles down. Here's a video camera. You can set this up, and when you set it up, actually, I can show you here. Set it up. You can actually go over to this camera here, and it will show you the camera feed. You use this to look for ghost orbs on the screen. And you come over here. There's a spirit box. Are you here? And the ghost may respond to questions you ask with this. There's also an EMF reader. If a ghost can set this off, and if it goes up to EMF 5, you can use that as a piece of evidence. And this camera lets you take pictures of things. After you take pictures of it, they do appear in your journal. After you or your friends play enough, you'll be able to unlock everything. You can have 2 ghost writing books. These are high-powered flashlights. They're significantly better than the crappy flashlights you start with. You can have 2 UV lights, those are the normal flashlights, 6 motion sensor cameras, and you can put them on not motion sensor cameras, 6 video cameras, and you can actually put them on tripods, which is very nice as opposed to setting them in random places. There's these things I never really use. They're probably important for better players, but that's not me. These are motion sensors. This is an optional objective sometime. You like throw it on the wall. You can't see it here. But when you throw it on the wall, then if a ghost walks by it, it will bleep on the map here, and it'll let you know the ghost is there. Crucifixes. These, you throw these down, and they can prevent a ghost from spawning. 2 EMF readers. This is a parabolic sound thing. I don't know how it works. 3 sets of cameras. This is a lighter, and these are smudge sticks, like sage. You can light them, and they will burn the cleanse an area, and they help prevent a ghost from spawning. Whoop. Candles down here because when the ghost hunts, the lights will flash, so you can actually use these and light them. I have a thing right. Yep, and then we'll boop. Candle. These are sanity pills. You can take these. So over here you can see the sanity meter. After you look at the ghost for a long time, your sanity will start to go down. The lower your sanity is, the higher chance you are of being haunted. You can eat these and it'll bring your sanity back up. Here's a thermometer that actually shows you the temperature. Very handy instead of looking for freezing breath. Glow stick. You can use this like the UV light. My friends and I use it to mark rooms. So if you're in a really big place like the high school or the asylum, you can throw that outside the room and it'll mark it for everybody else. And salt, you can put salt piles on the floor, and ghosts will walk through them. And then they'll make footprints that you can pick up with UV lights. We already looked at those. Yep, that's all that. Oh, and these are head-mounted cameras. The head-mounted cameras work like these tripods. When I wear one, you can actually see what I see. Wait. See? That's me. That's because it's showing my camera, so, yep. Pretty cool. And here's the board. You can see the objective one is always that. 2, 3, and 4 are random. Ghosts always have names. They always respond to, this one responds to everyone. Sometimes they respond to only people who are alone, which is much scarier. Keep that in mind. Step 2. Players enter the haunted building, whether that be a roadhouse, farmhouse, high school, prison, or asylum, and begin collecting evidence. Each type of ghost will display a unique combination of 3 kinds of evidence. Possible evidence include creating freezing temperatures, producing a level 5 electromagnetic frequency, spawning ghost orbs, displaying ghost writing, communicating with a spirit box, and leaving UV detectable fingerprints. Step 3. Complete objectives. The only mandatory objective is to identify which type of ghost you are hunting by collecting 3 of the evidence types listed previously. In addition to identifying the type of ghost, players will always have 3 optional objectives that will reward said players with additional money and experience. Optional objectives include finding evidence of paranormal activity with an EMF reader, detecting a room below 10 degrees Celsius with a thermometer, capturing a photo of dirty water in a sink, capturing a photo of the ghost, detecting a ghost's presence with a motion sensor, preventing the ghost from hunting with a crucifix, having a member of your team witness a ghost event, cleansing the area near the ghost using smudge sticks, and getting a ghost to walk through salt. To get even more money, players can also take pictures of evidence, voodoo dolls, bones, and the bodies of dead players. Step 4. Input all evidence into your ghost hunting journal and leave the haunted building with all living team members. And those are the basics of the video game. But here in real life, things need to be a bit different. Here's what I did. Step 1. Formulate realistic objectives. One of my silly complaints about Phasmo is the lack of repercussions for death. Further, if the player dies on amateur or intermediate difficulty, another player can take a picture of their body for insurance money. What? There should be police, questioning, funeral planning? No. In our version, the first objective is to suffer 0 casualties.
To be honest, I introduced this objective because I was terrified my friends would try to get each other killed.
Step 2. Buy what you can. Online, I was able to buy an EMF reader, a thermometer, a UV light, a spirit box, which is really just a radio that I use an FM transmitter to talk through, a book for ghost writing, a laptop and a couple cell phone cameras to look for ghost orbs, walkie-talkies to talk to each other, glow sticks when you don't have a UV light, salt to look for footprints, smudge sticks, which are really just a bundle of sage, a digital camera to take pictures of the ghost, candles, head mounts for people to put their phones in, ghost guides for identifying, and a bone for some extra cash. Step 3. Make what you can't buy. So I needed flashlights that could flash on and off during a hunt. And to be fair, I guess I could have bought these, but they were hella expensive, so instead, I made my own. I took the 1-inch leftover PVC from the last project I did, bought 4 end caps and 4 adapters to 1.5" PVC, then the 1.5" PVC screw adapter, which fit snugly these little LED lights I bought that were all remote controlled simultaneously. Now they have like color options, which is kind of cool, but that's not important for this. I just need there to be some sort of strobe function during a hunt. So after assembling them, I decided to spray paint them black so they look more like Maglite flashlights. Then I took a single safety pin, which went through this little eyelet on the back of the LED lights I got, and it fit snugly inside that adapter I was talking about earlier. And after a little bit of reassembling, ta-da! Working remote-controlled flashlights. Oh, I guess I also made some crucifixes. It was pretty easy, I just used some paint sticks and some rope. Step 4. Send out invites to your vaccinated friends. I told my friends up front that masks would be mandatory, and we followed all of our state's recommended procedures for safely orchestrating this manifestation. Step 5. Turn your house into a haunted game board. For our test run, see video here, I set up 5 wise security cameras here, 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 and here. I chose these because they were inexpensive, had decent night vision recording, and could locally record in addition to online. Unfortunately, after I copied the memory cards following the first test round, several of the cameras simply stopped recording locally and online, so I lost a bunch of footage for rounds 2, 3, and 4. When we run the finished version in May, I will be screen recording my monitor feed also, so that everything is theoretically recorded 3 ways from these cameras. Next, I have 5 Google Nest mini speakers here, 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 and here that will pump out ghost noises when I want to encourage people to progress to a different room. Lastly, I installed a smart deadbolt on the front door to keep these pesky cheaters inside the house during hunts, which was a problem. Step 6. Rent a moving truck. It was fairly affordable to rent a moving truck for the day, and I wouldn't hesitate to do it next time either. That being said, I will definitely look for shorter players or a taller truck next time. Step 7. Suit up. The most important thing I neglected to double check was our player-mounted head cameras, which were comprised of each player's phone and a head-mounted adapter I purchased. That, and I trusted that everyone would bring fully charged phones. We lost over half the footage due to batteries dying and another quarter due to poor camera angles. Because I wanted to keep this low budget, I also trusted that people's voices would be recorded on their phones, but when they're dead, that doesn't happen too well. So, next time I will be putting lav mics on each individual player to record their audio separately. Step 8. Play the game. If you'd like to see how one of our test runs went, watch this video here! After 4 test runs, I'm excited to play the fully fleshed out version this May. Comment down below if you have any realistic ideas for improvement, and subscribe now to be notified when the final build gets posted. Bye!